What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Japan GM mode, where we are going to hop into the Year 5 draft. We're going to get free agency, the re-sign stage, and maybe get some simulation done going into year number 6, depending on how the draft works out and where free agency takes us. We are fresh out of the playoffs. We eventually got kicked out in round number 2 by the Stanley Cup champion San Jose Sharks. So I'm not sad that we got kicked out of the playoffs. Obviously, I would love to go all the way, but you know what? For our first year making the postseason, getting rid of the LA Kings in round 1 pretty easily, might I add, and then really San Jose kind of took it to us. I think we won 1 game. They beat us in 5 games, but I mean, we went out to the Stanley Cup champions. We made the postseason, coming from only having 2 wins to almost a 50-win year. I'm very happy with the future of this franchise. I'm very happy with the way things are looking, and next year should be a great year as well. Now, I have some things to talk about here. Now, the first thing is going to be our goaltending problem. I guess not really a problem, it's more of a goaltending question. So the first thing is I am going to be trading Calvin Pickard. Now, he's been good for us. He kind of got like a shitty deal. He signed with us and he didn't really do much because our team was so bad, but he stuck it out. He's a good kid, Calvin Pickard. He stuck it out through the worst of the worst, but unfortunately it's time for us to say goodbye to the 29-year-old Calvin Pickard. Now, before I tell you where he's going to go and what we're going to get in return for him, what are we going to do for next year? So next year we could roll with Robin Lehner as our starter and Oleg Trasambiev, Oleg the goalie, maybe getting 20 or 30 starts, or we could straight up get rid of Robin Lehner and straight up roll with the rookie. Now, I'm not sure if that will impede his growth or that will make it better. I personally would like to have him as a backup, and he's only 22. He's going to be 23 next year. Ideally, I'd like for him to get, again, 20 to 30 games and Robin Lehner carry the majority of the workload, and then the next year we get rid of Robin Lehner and Oleg, the goalie, is our #1 guy. He's our main squeeze. So it's going to be up to you guys. I prefer signing Robin Lehner for 1 more year, sign him to a 1-year deal, and then have Oleg as our backup. But again, that's going to be the question of this video. It's up to you guys on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. But as for right now, I'm going to sign Robin Lehner because he only has 1 year left on his contract. Exact same thing with Calvin Pickard. So Pickard's going to be a sign-in trade, but Robin Lehner and Oleg I have some concerns about, but I'll wait to hear from you guys. So now Pickard's a decent backup goalie, but believe it or not, there's some teams in the NHL that do not have any goaltending, not any goaltending prospects, no starters, no backups, no nothing, and one of those is Detroit. Now, they have Hutchison, who's 31 years old, but everyone else is not really that young anymore and probably not going to be an NHL player, so I want to help out the Wings a little. I want to help them out by giving them a good Canadian kid in Calvin Pickard, and in return, I would like to get I guess a B prospect, I guess. Since they're hurting so badly for a goaltender, I wouldn't mind snagging Gunnarsson, who his first name is Per or Per or Pierre. I don't know how to pronounce it. Per? I think it's just Per. P-E-R. I don't know. Anyways, Per Gunnarsson, he is a Swede. Yeah, he's a Swedish-born player. He is a second-round pick in 2019, but the thing I like about him is he's our big right-wing sniper. Now, we need players like that. I would love to get Gunnarsson to play alongside of Joe Veleno. Down in the AHL, Veleno doesn't really have a whole lot of wingers to work with. He's got this Bear guy who's 78, 22 years old. He's an AHL top 6. They got a few, you know, top 9s here and there, a bottom 6, but he doesn't really have that big top line winger. So I think that will really help out Joe Veleno. That'll help out his growth coming into next year, because he's only 76 overall. He's gonna need 1 more year, unfortunately, and then the next year after that, once Oleg is our top guy and Joe Veleno is probably gonna be our top centerman, that's when things are really gonna start rolling. You're gonna start to see the fruits of our labor here in Joe Veleno and Oleg and all the other prospects. We got Bork, we got Sundin, we got a bunch of really decent players here. So again, kind of with the waiting game, but I would really like to help out Joe Veleno by giving him a top winger, and that is going to be Gunnarsson. Now, I cannot make the trade happen right now. We're gonna have to add a little bit to make the trade value go straight through, but I can't do it because Pickard has 1 year left on his deal. And we got other team things to worry about as well, but I'm gonna worry about those in a couple minutes here. We're gonna get the draft underway. Now, I'd like to get another future prospect winger. I mean, we are getting the Gunnarsson guy, but I would like to get a top line winger for the future. Vancouver has the first overall pick, and I think we have like the 21st or something. Oh no, we have the 18th overall pick. So still a top 20 pick. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to make a move. I'm just going to pick at 18. Again, Vancouver has the first overall pick. Man, it sucks to suck. I mean, hopefully they're good one day, but how many first overall picks can you get? Looking like Edmonton 2.0 there. So let's see here what happened. The first overall pick went to Vancouver, and with that first overall pick, Vancouver picked another Edler, another defensive Edler. Maybe it's Alex Edler's kid, I'm not sure. But a medium elite offensive defenseman. That's looking real nice. Walker went number 2, so back-to-back defensemen going 1 and 2 to the Western Conference, going to the Minnesota Wild. High top 6 went to Calgary, 3rd overall. Fontus was a medium elite playmaker going to Buffalo. Curtis, top 4, low elite, medium elite. Ooh, a medium elite grinder. That looks awesome. That's good for Edmonton, but that kind of sucks for us. We're going to eventually have to play this guy. Medium elite grinder. Okay, that's kind of cool. And you can see here a bunch of top 4s, high top 6s. So this draft really doesn't seem that deep. Medium top 6. Yeah, I mean, in the top 20, you're still getting medium top 6s. That's a little bit concerning, but I'm going to see what's up here in the draft. Let's see who is available. No real top-line snipers like I wanted, hey? We got Antropov, a big Russian. Is this Nikolai Antropov? Yeah, it is. Nikolai Antropov. That's hilarious. Nikolai Antropov used to play for Toronto, so that's kind of funny. Nikolai Antropov, the second coming of Antropov. We have Gagne, who's an offensive defenseman. I didn't scout him at all, unfortunately. Hebert, who is a left-wing two-way forward, potentially a player for our bottom 6 for the future. He is a center two-way forward. None of these players really excite me. Gore, Richards, offensive defenseman, and Gagne is kind of the only player that is enticing me, and there's no goalies either. So, you know what? I think we're going to pick the Gagne kid. Hopefully all these guys aren't like any secret medium elites or anything, but I'm going to go with the unknown here in Gagne. Offensive defensemen are usually pretty nice, and it's a medium top 4. Okay, that's a hell of a selection. Okay, medium top 4, 18th overall. Now you see here, I mean, Chicago took a medium top 6 at 13, so did Montreal. So medium top 4, top 6, top 4. So yeah, that was a great pick. I will definitely take that. A medium top 4, that's awesome. Now let's see what those players that we missed out on. A medium top 6, so I think we won that one. Tampa picked a top 6. Where's the Hebert guy? He's a low top 6, so yeah, we definitely made the right choice there. Low top 4. Yeah, that was a hell of a selection for me. I'm happy about that. A low top 4 for that Gore kid. That's a great selection. I'm happy with that. Gagne, welcome to Team Japan, buddy. Another offensive defenseman. You can never have too many of those. I'll take it. Now maybe go after a second line sniper if they're available. Okay, we got Nicholas, who is Nikolaus. Who's that? Nicholas, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Marcus Nicholas, who's a left-wing sniper. We got Devin, who is a bottom 6 power forward. Okay, that's kind of enticing, actually. We got Nyquist here, who's a defensive defenseman. Any goalies out there? What goalies are we looking at? Still the Gov guy, who's an AHL starter. I kind of want to get another goalie, actually. I'd like another goalie, but I'd also like to get this Devin kid or Nicholas, who is the medium AHL bottom 6. I think since we have pretty much no other goaltending prospects, I might as well pick a goaltender. But I really want, you know what, I'm probably going to go with the sniper and Nicholas. Or I could go with this Devin kid, who's a power forward. You know, I think we have the power forwards kind of covered. We have quite a few two-way forwards as well. I said I wanted to get Veleno some wingers to play around, so maybe this guy's going to be like 70 overall out of the draft. I am kind of intrigued with the goalie, though, Gov. I wouldn't mind snagging up another goaltender, but hopefully he's not too good, and maybe we'll get a chance to draft him in like the 3rd round if I have a 3rd round pick. So let's go here. Let's go ahead and pick Nicholas. I wanted to get a sniper many ways, and he kind of fits the bill. So hopefully Devin and all the other guys aren't too good. We won on our first pick. Let's see if we won on our second pick. So a medium top 9. Okay, I guess it's okay. Who's going to be the LA Kings pick? A medium top 9. Who's the other guys there? Nyquist is a medium top 6. Okay, where's the other guy? And Toronto ended up picking the Devin kid, who is a medium top 9. The exact same thing with Nicholas. So hopefully we won that deal. It's way too early to tell, but I think that was a pretty good selection. Do we have a 3rd round pick? Oh, we have another 2nd round pick, 26th overall. If that goalie's not there, oh yeah, I'm definitely taking that goaltender for sure. 2nd round pick, 26th overall. That's right, we had this from the Islanders pick. That's right, that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the only goalie that's out there right now in our Gov. We're going to go ahead and pick a goaltender there. He is a low starter, so, you know, it's not great, but I've seen those low starters. They can get to be pretty good. I'm glad that we picked a goaltender, though I probably could have waited till the 3rd round, but I did want to get the goalie, and I don't think this draft is too deep. Yeah, all these medium top 9s and medium top 6s, so, you know what? I'm happy that we got a goaltender. Do we have a 3rd round pick as well? I don't know if we do or not. I should probably pre-scout my picks before going into this, but I'm not sure if we have one or not. We could, but we probably don't. Yeah, we only have a 5th round pick here, so I'll go ahead here and make my 5th round selection. Bure, we can get another Bure. What's this guy looking like? He is a 6'2", high AHL top 2. Stanislav Bure. Okay, Stanislav. We got Umberger. We got Modine, who is an unknown, 20 years old though. He is a 2-way forward, maybe a depth player for the future. Willie O'Byrne. Bure. It's either going to be Bure or... I want someone big. I want a big dude, like someone who's like 6'5". Give me a big power forward. Hornquist is 5'11". How you are a 5'11" power forward? No power forwards out here. Zhamnov, who's only 6 feet tall. Sundin, we get another Sundin. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to pick Modine here. He's 20 years old, right? So yeah, so he could be a pretty decent overall for the 5th round, and he's probably like a low top 6. Okay, a medium bottom 6. I'll take it. I'll take that. So let's go ahead and get the entire draft done. I think that was a success. You can see here all of our picks. Gagne, Nicholas, Gov, Modine. And then the computer actually drafted those last 2 guys. So here are your top picks. I'm probably going to go ahead and look at the top 5, and then we'll head into the re-sign stage. All right, so we got to sign some players here. We got to sign Brandon Pierlini. I think a few other guys got to get some big boy money. So let's go ahead here and have a look at our selections, and then we will look at everybody else's. So in this draft, we selected a few players. I am interested to see about that goaltender though. Unsigned. So Gagne is a 60 overall, medium top 4. Modine is 67 at 20 years old. Yeah, a bunch of 60 overall. Really wasn't a great draft. Gagne was a 1st rounder, 60 overall, 18-year-old. Not that bad. All these guys definitely need a lot of seasoning there in the AHL and in the junior leagues. And Gov is a low 60 overall starter. So really not that great. I don't think we made out that fantastic at the draft, but you know what? It's all good. We've had some crazy drafts in the past, so I'll go ahead here and chalk that up. It's just an okay draft. You know, it wasn't fantastic. Edler, 76 overall. Okay, he is a medium elite offensive defenseman. Holy crap. This guy is a big Swede. Looks like Vancouver's taken the Team Japan approach and going after big Swedish defensemen. This guy's 6'3", 214 offensive defenseman. Holy crap. Look at his stats too. This guy's going to be sick. All right, we got another rivalry here. We got Brodin, we got Veleno, we got Edler, we got Liljegren. It's going to be a hell of a rivalry between these two teams. And then the number 2 selection went to the Minnesota Wild, and they ended up getting Walker. I think he was a defenseman as well, if I remember correctly. 69 overall, medium elite. So again, pretty decent. He's the 2-way defenseman. It's going to take a little bit longer to be NHL ready than Edler. That Edler guy is just sick. Let's go to Calgary here. They picked the high top 6, which was Holweg. I'm pretty sure his name was Holweg. Yeah, he's 62 overall, 18 years old. So it's kind of a risky pick there, but I don't mind it. Buffalo got Fontus, I think is how you pronounce his name. He was the centerman. He's 76 overall elite. Wow. Calgary, you screwed up. You guys really screwed up. That's a great selection there in Buffalo. You can actually see here that the Buffalo Sabres down the middle are nasty. They have Eichel, they have O'Reilly, they have Velarde, Crosby, Gergensen, Solera, all these guys. Wow, they're getting that the center depth out the ass right now. Oh my God, Velarde's not very happy. He could come to our team. Gabriel Velarde, 21-year-old elite. They got O'Reilly and Eichel. Oh man, you could probably think of a trading partner there with Velarde since they just got Fontus. You could have us looking at Velarde for a potential trade partner. Okay, keep that in mind. He's getting big boy money after this year, after his entry-level deal, but look at his stats. 5-star skating, 5-star shooting, 4.5 puck skills. Holy crap, I want this kid. Physical category is 5 stars. Oh my God. Gabriel Velarde. Oh man. Okay, well, we're going to wait on that. We're going to go to the 5th overall pick here, which was Curtis. That was a pick from, ooh, look at Nolan Patrick. There he is, 90 overall. Going to Curtis, he was a defenseman, I think, or what was he? What was he exactly? Real quick here, he was maybe a goaltender? No, he was a 61 overall top 4. And actually one more player I want to look at was that grinder who went to Edmonton, Reed. Where is he? Reed, 58 overall, so he's definitely going to be a project. Yeah, he's got a lot of time before he's ready to come to the NHL. So we're going to get the re-sign stage done here. I'm going to re-sign everyone. We're going to hop into free agency, and we're going to see what the squad's looking like. Now that I'm looking at it, a 67 overall for the 5th round, that's a pretty decent selection. So I'm pretty happy with that Modine kid. But we just re-signed everybody. I tried to re-sign Robin Lehner for a 1-year deal. I'm not sure if he's going to, actually sign or not, since he wanted like a 3-year deal. But I upped the money a little bit. I think I offered him 5.5 as opposed to his 5.7 for 1 year. So hopefully he signs for that. Bolesky's back. Robin Lehner's back. All right, that's perfect. Nestor Sill's back. Calvin Pickard's back. But unfortunately, we're going to have to trade him. Nurse is back for $3 million. Casey Cizikas was $2 million, which is a crazy deal. Anthony D'Angelo was $4 million. All these rookies, no, okay. Tristan Modine said yes. Will Bitton, all these rookie guys. Brandon Pierlini was $4 million, so that's not bad. Dylan Dube, or Dubé, however you want to pronounce that guy's name. Apparently, it's not Dube. It's like Dubé or something weird. All those rookies, though, are all good to go. Everyone else is an RFA, so I can deal with them in a little bit later. Let's go sim to free agency here. Let's see what free agency has to offer. We're going to look at what our team needs, and we are going to head into the next year. We are going to make that trade, though. We're going to make that trade with Detroit. So all these guys are all good. Yeah, it's all good, it's all good. Before we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to make our trade. Before we see what's in free agency, we are going to make our move. Unfortunately, it's time for Pickard to be dealt to Detroit. He's probably going to be the starter there, which is pretty cool, unless they actually sign someone in free agency. So you can see there, they didn't sign any of their other guys, so they're rolling with an 80 overall Hutchinson. I want to help you guys out. I want to help the Detroit Red Wings out a little bit. You know, I don't mind them at all. I don't mind a nice original 6 team. So Gunnarsson, he's my guy. I want this kid. I really, really do. So we're going to try to add a few more pieces here. Maybe something small. Maybe a defensive prospect, since we have so many. Like, I could totally part ways with Irving, who's a low top 6, or even Phillips, who is a low AHL top 2. I could give you Phillips, okay? Will that go through? Pickard and Phillips for a future, you know, maybe a second-line sniper. They need a goalie right now. If that'll go through, I'll be ecstatic. Trade accepted. Perfect. See how badly that they wanted that goaltender? And I'll definitely take the Gunnarsson kid. Got to figure out how to pronounce his first name, but maybe he's NHL ready this year. Who knows? Maybe he's going to be 82 overall come the start of the year. I think that's a great trade. They needed a goalie. We needed a top-line player to play in the AHL with Joe Veleno. Both teams are happy. So you can see here in the free agency, there's quite a few decent players out there. Dougie Hamilton, Derek Stepan, Brian Little, Boone Jenner, Adam Henrique, Adam Larson. So there is some top quality guys out there. We don't have the cap, unfortunately. So I don't know if we're going to make any moves, if any. What I would like to do is I would like to upgrade Leon Draisaitl. I would love to get like a Adam Henrique, but we just don't have the cap, and I think we're just kind of stuck. I think just playing the waiting game is going to be our only option. I'm going to see if there's any, you know, decent prospects out there, and it looks like there is. A bunch of low elites, 24 years old, 20 years old, low top 6. What's this? Roy Ryder. Slider, a left wing grinder. Oh man, this guy's sick. A 3rd round pick of the Devils. Look at his skating category. This guy's awesome. I'm definitely going to give him a contract for sure. Give him the max rookie deal. He's only 20 years old. I will take that for sure. Shea Theodore is available as well. Bunch of these medium top 9s. 73 overall, 21 years old. Oh my god, this is just gold. All these players are just gold, and they're just hanging out in free agency. What's going on? Jeremy Waugh, who is a offensive defenseman. Look at his stats. He's got 90s for skating and 90 for shooting. Yep, you're coming to the squad, that's for sure. I'll give you, again, the max rookie deal. You can go play in the AHL. No picks required. So he is an RFA, so maybe San Jose doesn't want to stick with him anymore. Sheshnikov, who the hell is this guy? Evgeny Sheshnikov, 80 overall, left wing sniper. Sure, I'll get you as well. Might as well. He wants a one-way deal, though. Wants a one-way deal. You know what? Fine. We'll give you 1 year for 1.1. You know what? Maybe he's a trading asset. Maybe he's a player to play in the AHL. Oh shit, he's definitely an RFA. So maybe they're not going to want to get rid of him either. So that's pretty much all we're going to do. I don't think we have the cap to do anything, nor do I really want to shake up the team that much. Tristan Jarry, okay, 71 overall. Murphy, Curtis Murphy, I'll take him. Low fringe starter. I'm going to go ahead and sign a bunch of these guys off camera, and then I'll see you guys once the year starts, and actually once we get these players. I'm actually only going to sign one of them, and I may actually have too many players. I may have over 50 players, so I may do this. I'm probably going to go ahead and trade some players that we're not going to use, go get like a 4th round pick, and then that should be all good to go. Just trying to make some trades here, trying to get a 4th for a player that we're not going to use. Will that go through? Trade rejected. How about a 5th? How about a 5th, Chicago? How about that? Will that go through? Just trying to make room, because you can see I only have 49 out of 50 contracts available. Come on, give me something for this Thomas kid. Because I signed a bunch of those players. Now they're probably not going to sign because we don't have enough room. 6, there you go, a 6th round pick. So we have 48. 48 spots left. Now, I don't think that we have anyone else I can really part with. I'd love to get rid of Alex Goligoski. He's got $2 million, but nobody's going to want him. I mean, I could try to get like a 6th. If that would go through, that would be just amazing. A 7th? Come on, New Jersey. Do me a solid here. Help me out. Trade rejected. What if I took $1 million of the cap, get him off the books for this year? I need the roster spots. That'll go through. Perfect. So we have 3 roster spots there. I think I only signed a couple of players anyways, so that's all good. Hopefully they decide to come to our team. We're going to sim to next season. I'm not going to make any moves. I think that our team is kind of set the way it is. Maybe I'll get a depth player. We have $5 million, like getting a player like TJ Oshie would actually kind of help out now that I'm looking at it, but 2 years at 4.3. I'm going to have a look at our team. I'm going to see what we need, if we need anything at all, if we have any roster spots available, and I'll get back to you guys. You know what? I said that I wasn't going to sign anyone, but I'm looking at our team here, and our 3rd line could really use a boost. I'm looking at a player like TJ Oshie. Now, he's probably too good for the 3rd line, could play the 2nd line minutes. See if there's anyone else down here, like Elias Lindholm. Okay, he's not bad. Elias Lindholm wouldn't be that bad. He's only 26, a right-wing playmaker. How was his stats last year? 38 points last year for a 3rd liner. That's not bad. Donskoy's out there. Joel Armia's out there. He wants 3.6 for 3 years, where I could probably get a cheaper option. Seth Griffith. Who do we got here? Donskoy. I don't think he's going to put up as many numbers as Elias Lindholm. 27 points. Joel Armia. He's won $2.9 million. He had 27 points. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and sign Elias Lindholm. I'm going to give him, he wants 4.2 for 1 year. How about 2 years at $4 million for a 3rd liner? That's actually quite a bit to pay now that I'm looking at it. Elias Lindholm's probably a better option, but I think I'd rather get a, I think I'd rather grab a winger. Maybe Joel Armia, or who else is down here? Wood, King, Josh Morrissey, Jay Money, the original Jay Money. I could get him back. No, we don't really need him. 26 years old. Yeah, he's pretty much capped out. Sven Berchi, 83 overall. He's a sniper. Okay, Sven Berchi. He had 32 points last year, 51 the year before. He's a cheaper option. He's $2.9 million. Exact same overall as Joel Armia. You know what? I like Sven Berchi. We're going to go ahead and give him a contract. Let's give him a third line sniping role. We'll give you 3.83 overall. Let's give him 3.3 million bucks for... I'm going to go ahead and give him the 2-year deal that he wants. 3.3 for 2 years. There you go. Hopefully he signs. That would be cool. That would really help out our third line. Our third line was the only thing I could really see that was struggling, but we'll see here what's going to happen with the free agency players. They usually take a few days to sign. July 4th, July 5th. Okay, Jake Osgood says no. He went to Ottawa. Sven Berchi said yes, and Roy Ryder said yes. That grinder and the goalie said yes, but he said no, and Jeremy Waugh also said no, so he actually re-signed with the San Jose Sharks. So that's all good. We're going to sim to next season. I'm going to see what the squad's looking like with the addition of Sven Berchi, and then we're going to hop into year number 6 in the next video. Here we are in year number 6. The year is 2021, 2022. We're in the future. We're in the future now. So here are the lines. Okay, we got to fix some things up here. I got to go call some players up. Now it may not look as good as you would expect it to be, and you may think, dude, you didn't make a move in free agency. Why not? I have a plan with this team. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call Esposito up. I'm gonna send down this Doobie or Dubé, however you want to pronounce it. We're gonna call up Esposito, who's still only 85 overall. It's all good though. Veleno 78 overall. Gunnarsson is a 79. So you can see here that's how everyone's looking. I want to go ahead to the goaltenders here. Robin Lehner, I want to send you down. Actually, I want to call up Tersambiev, who's 83. That's awesome. How do I make this happen? Hold on here. All right, so Oleg is now up, and the other guy is now down. So let's have a look at our roster. I have a plan for this year. Now, call me crazy, but I have a plan. We're gonna go slow with this, all right? We're not gonna make any crazy moves. We're going to chill with exactly what we have. So it's gonna be something like this. It's going to be exactly like, hold on here, it's gonna be just like this. So our forward core hasn't really changed except for the addition of Sven Berchi, who is the left wing sniper that we got in free agency. So I'm glad to have him here, but I think having Zach Sanford on the first line between Esposito and Pierlini, you get a big power forward, you get a playmaker and a sniper. I think that first line is going to do great. Then you got Skinner, Draisaitl, Domi, Nestersil, Cizikas, Berchi, Boma, Gagne, and Bolesky. Now, I'm not crazy about Gagne on the fourth line. I don't really like that at all, really, so that may have to be changed. Defensively, OEL and Timothy Liljegren. We got D'Angelo, Nurse, Johansson, and Petrovic. So probably going to stay the same way. You guys can let me know if there's any other moves that we should make. Defensively, now goaltending-wise, we got Robin Lehner and Oleg Tersambiev. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Down in the AHL, we're going to go you there. We're going to put Harris right here. So it's going to be Gunnarsson, Veleno, Harris, and then Ryder. Look at this kid, 77 overall. What a free agent signing. This guy's going to be a beast for us. Roy Ryder. He's only 6'1", 195, but he looks like to be a pretty nice grinder. That's going to be awesome. Hopefully he gets to be actually pretty decent. Defensively is looking like this. Deneen and Bork, our young guys there. Mayo, Cederholm, Gunnarsson, Anderson. And then looking at the goaltenders here, we got Keyser and this guy. Now, one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is our defense. We have a player here. Now, we have this Johansson guy who's good, but we also have Kurvinen, who's 80 overall. He's 22 years old. He's younger. He's got 6 stats. I think that trading Johannes Johansson is going to be the best idea, or maybe even Nurse. Like, is Nurse going to be anything good for us? Is Nurse kind of going to be tapped out? He only got 12 points last year, -5. I'm not a huge Darnell Nurse fan, so what we could do is we could trade Nurse, we could put Kurvinen there, and then we could have Johansson and Petrovic. That kind of leaves a bit of a hole on our second line pairing. I wouldn't mind getting a nice two-way defenseman to go here, like someone who's like 86 overall. That would really strengthen up our defensive core. Let me have a look around the NHL. I may pull out one last trade here. I'm not a big fan of Nurse. I thought he was going to grow. I just kind of like the William Nylander thing. Let me have a look, though. there may be like an 85, 86 overall defenseman, maybe a veteran we could throw in on our defensive core. Let me have a look around the NHL and I'll get back to you. Just so you guys know, this is that Velarde guy, 87 overall, 22 years old. He does not want to be in Buffalo. He wants to be on our team. Could you imagine this guy on our squad? His trade value is through the roof though. Like, what's it going to take to get a player like this? What are we going to have to deal? It's going to have to be like Draisaitl, a first, and like what else? Like Draisaitl, a first, and oh god. Draisaitl, a first, and really there's nothing else we could really give. Draisaitl, a first, and Kurvinen, or Draisaitl, a first, and a goaltending prospect. I'm not sure, but that's kind of something to keep in mind. You know, Velarde is sick. I'd love to get him, especially for this year. That would just be unbelievable. Okay, so we're going to go back to Carolina here, and we're probably going to make another trade. And this was a player that I originally wanted to get, but his trade value was a little bit too high. But you can see here, Noah Hannafin, 24 years old, medium elite. He's 84 overall, but he's upset. He doesn't want to play here. Look at the defensemen that they have. Falk Slavin, Hayden Fleury. I mean, their defensive core is pretty nice. Actually, they have a bunch of players who are pretty much ready to play, and maybe a few of them aren't playing, and maybe Noah Hannafin is one of them. I'm not sure how it's working over there in Carolina, but he's upset. Alright, so we could give them Nurse, which they want, okay? They want Darnell Nurse, who's the exact same overall. They want this random goaltender who I drafted in the 6th round, so I'll give them that, and I'll throw in a third for Noah Hannafin, who is the medium elite, 1 year left on a 2.7-year deal. He's 84 overall. He's actually 1 overall better than Darnell Nurse, but for some reason he's unhappy. They want these 3 guys. I feel like I'm greasing them a little bit. I may throw in something else just to make myself feel better about the trade. That's a little bit greasy. I'll give you, God, what can I give you? I'll give you Mayo, alright? 78 overall, just another prospect to go in there. Yeah, okay, so I'll give you those guys, and you could give me Noah Hannafin. Let's see what kind of year Hannafin had last year. He had only 13 points, so he's not going to put up a ton of numbers, but that's okay, because we're playing him alongside of D'Angelo, right? Or he's going to put up numbers. So Nurse, a prospect goalie who's probably going to be nothing, a third, and a decent, I guess, AHL prospect in exchange for Noah Hannafin, the former 5th overall selection in 2015. Will this trade go through? Trade accepted. I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Carolina Hurricanes, and we consider it a done deal. That is perfect. Multiple morale changes for trading for Noah Hannafin, so the guys are liking that. He's a quality player. That's awesome. Okay, so that really wasn't a move I was expecting to make, but I will take it. Let's have a look at our lines. I gotta redo all this stuff. We're gonna put Esposito there, you there. That looks all good. Now, I haven't looked at his overall yet. It should jump up, 85 maybe. Oh no, it still stayed out at 84. That's fine though. He's still upset, so maybe a few weeks into the NHL season, he's gonna get back to the 85, 86 overall that he was. But our top 4 now is really, really nice. Now, I don't have to move Johansson. Plus, we got Petrovic there as our big shutdown guy. I like that trade a lot. So Noah Hannafin, we had to give up a third and a little bit for him. It's definitely going to be worth it. He's got some familiar faces here. He knows Jeff Skinner. That's awesome. So I think this video has been a success. One thing I want to do though, just for fun, is to see which players have the best locker room chemistry. Now, you can see here his best locker room chemistry is Max Domi. This guy's got someone in the AHL, so maybe calling him up will make him pretty happy. Piolini doesn't like anyone. He just likes D'Angelo. That's kind of funny. Best locker room chemistry. Ooh, Elias Lindholm. So maybe signing Lindholm would have been nice. So he's over in Florida now. We went with Sven Berchi instead because he wanted close to $4 million, Elias Lindholm. But you know what? That's all good. Jeff Skinner, I think he's gonna have a good year this year. Is in this last year of his deal of the $9 million ridiculous deal. So I'm hoping for a big year out of him on the second line. Looks like Leon likes Adam Larson there in Ottawa, but for our team, it's Petrovic, Esposito, and Skinner. Max Domi and Zach Sanford are best friends, so that's kind of cool. Sven Berchi's cool with Cizikas, D'Angelo, Domi. This guy, Casey Cizikas, is cool with the guy in free agency. That's kind of weird. Looks like Sam Gagne's best buddy is Jack Johnson over there in Columbus. Unfortunately, not going to be making a move for him. That's pretty pretty much everyone. Let's see about our goaltenders, just for fun. I just kind of want to have a quick look here. His best player is Casey Sezika, so he's happy with Casey. And Oleg, he's good with Kurvinen, who's actually not on the team yet, so I have to go and send him down. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about everything. What should we do about our goaltending? I think we're good in the goaltending department. I think our AHL team is set. I think this team is poised to go on a playoff run. I would like to get Velarde, though. I really would. Could you imagine having Esposito and Velarde as your top two, and then next year having Joe Veleno in there as well? That would just be nasty. Like, Esposito could be our potential third liner. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just something to think of, though. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.